Join us in Dallas, Texas, June 15th through the 18th to not only share in learning history, but make history. I'm speechless. This article just said that there were homosexual men, black men in love with each other on the slave plantations. There were black men in love with each other and who made love to each other during slavery. There was lesbian women in love with each other on the plantations. Can I ask for some proof? Can you show me some proof of gay women on the plantations? Except for the fact that they were being raped by the white slave master's wife. Can you show me proof of gay black men on the plantation except for the fact that they were being raped by their slave masters? Can you show me that? You said there was homosexuals in the leadership of Nile Valley culture? Can you please name a homosexual pharaoh? Don't make history, prove history. Show me a homosexual pharaoh. Y'all ready? I hope y'all listening. And y'all can read it yourself. Okay, listen to this. One of the things often forgotten is that in the fields working side by side, in the cotton fields working side by side, were both straight and gay men and lesbian women. Let me say this again. I'm reading the article. One of the things often forgotten is that in the fields working side by side were both straight and gay men and lesbian women, those who loved each other silently and openly. Okay? There are some who want to believe homosexuality just popped onto the scene as if it were something in the water, without recognizing who and what we are as same gender loving men and women goes far back beyond slavery. We were not only on the slave ships, but we were also in the dynasties and kingdoms that ruled Africa. Okay, hold on, let me get this right. Where we at? We were also in the dynasties and kingdoms that ruled Africa in Zulu, Cleopatra, and the Mansa Musa era. Shaka Zulu. Let me get this right. And I've been to Zulu land multiple times. I've been to Shaka Zulu's gravesite multiple times. I've studied Shaka Zulu. Who believes that Shaka Kasensa Zulu, the most alpha male of alpha men, who believes that Shaka Kasensa Zulu, the most alpha male of alpha men, practiced, tolerated, or legitimized same-sex relationships between men? Who believes that? But according to this article, homosexuality was practiced amongst Shaka's kingdom. Mansa Musa, who was a Muslim. Homosexuality is not acceptable in Islam. So you think an African Muslim leader in a traditionally African Muslim kingdom is going to allow same-sex relationship? But let me go on, because this is not about whether it's right or wrong. This is not about whether it's right or wrong. So we don't want to do too much of that. Okay? We have to tell our story and be clear about not allowing conversations around Black history to erase or neglect to include our story. The 2017 Dallas Southern Pride Juneteenth Festival. Did y'all hear that? You got to pay attention to the words. You got to pay attention to the words. You got to pay attention to the words. The 2017 Dallas Southern Pride Juneteenth Festival. Now, when you hear Southern Pride, you think Southern Black Pride. Pride is the new word. The LBGT movement has colonized the word pride, like European Jews have colonized the word Holocaust. So when you hear Holocaust, you only think about the European Jewish Holocaust suffered at the hands of Adolf Hitler, which we condemn and deplore because it was wrong and unacceptable. Let's be clear. But that doesn't erase the fact that European Jewry has colonized the word Holocaust. In other words, socially, you're made to feel that the only people who are allowed to talk about a Holocaust are European Jews. Okay? The LBGT movement has colonized the word pride. The LBGT movement has colonized the word pride. Yes. So whenever you use the word pride now, you have to be very careful, because if you don't clarify what you mean by pride, it'll automatically be assumed that you're talking about some form of gay pride. And if you're gay and you're trying to be subversive in your strategy, you will put pride in, and all the black conscious people that think you're talking about black pride. But the truth of the matter is you're talking about the gay pride. Okay? So they changed the name of the celebration. It is now the 2017 Dallas Southern Pride, which means gay. Southern Pride Juneteenth Festival will bring together brothers and sisters and transgenders. Brothers and sisters and transgenders to celebrate our freedom, not only from slavery, but from within our own community, including churches and institutions that would rather wish our existence away. It takes all of us to see that the village is, and I apologize, is cut off. It takes all of us to see that the village is something and access the strength that lies within us. There will be no village if we don't make no children. There will be no village if we don't make any children. There will be no village if we don't make any children. So how y'all going to say y'all part of the village? Y'all killing the damn village. Won't be no village if all the women keep dating the women and the men keep on dating the men. That's the point that I'm making. We have to liberate ourselves from actions, words, and deeds that would do us harm. We have to reach down and grab the genius from within. It is in every brother, sister, and transgender person we see, because they were born. They were born makes them worthy of human kindness, as some typos. Let us not abandon the kindness for the small-minded of those who use hurtful words. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the descendants of the strongest slaves that touched North American soil. We cannot allow hate, AIDS, obesity, racism, sexism, or any other disease to act to end our existence and cut us short from our journey. Join us in Dallas, Texas, June 15th through the 18th to not only share in learning history, but make history. I'm speechless. This article just said that there were homosexual men, black men in love with each other on the slave plantations. There were black men in love with each other and who made love to each other during slavery. So let me get this right. Black men could barely get time to spend with their wife and children. Black men were often enslaved miles away from the women and children. They kept the women and the men separate. So you mean to tell me that he couldn't get to his woman, so he in turn started sexing another man? See, a part of this is this millennial consciousness. I'm going to have a conference with the millennials. We're going to have a black millennial conference, because y'all messing the whole game up. The millennials in this social network selfie generation is messing the whole game up. We got to put it into this shit. We gotta do something about this. But the question that I'm asking, brothers and sisters, the question that's being asked, even if you support LBGTism, that's not my question. I'm not asking you Is it in the best interest of the black community? We've already talked about that. That's not the question today. The question is it fair that every time we want to celebrate something from the African experience, is it fair that every time we want to celebrate something from the black experience, that we have to make room or we have to integrate homosexual consciousness? That's all I'm asking. I think it's disrespectful. So, what I'm asking the homosexual family, do you not feel that it's a little bit disrespectful to force celebration of your lifestyle, to force celebration of your lifestyle in the framework of a celebration that's been going on for over 150 years, that has been totally focused on venerating African life? A celebration for 150 that has only been about recognizing the pain and struggle of Africans as a result of racial slavery. Racial slavery. See, and I've never advocated harm against any homosexual, and I never will. I've never said you should be hurt. I've never said you shouldn't have a right to live, decent health care, never. I've never said that. You like to misrepresent me because one of your strategies is to make anybody who disagrees with you look like they are a perpetrator of harm. That's one of your strategies. Anyone who disagrees with homosexuality is painted a certain way and projected as if we are a purveyor of death and genocide, even though we've never said that. Okay? I feel it's just like it's disrespectful to say all lives matter. It's disrespectful to say you can't talk about black pride without talking about black gay pride. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. First of all, it's divisionary. You know how we say leave religion out the conversation? You know how we say leave religion out the conversation? Not only should we leave religion out the conversation, but when it comes to celebrating African reality, we should leave sexual identity out the conversation. If we coming together to celebrate our ancestors, leave that gay stuff out. It's about our ancestors. Why you got to come in and enforce this? If it's about slavery, why can't we just focus on why you got to come in and enforce this? There was lesbian women in love with each other on the plantations. Can I ask for some proof? Can you show me some proof of gay women on the plantations? Except for the fact that they were being raped by the white slave master's wife. Can you show me proof of gay black men on the plantation except for the fact that they were being raped by their slave masters? Can you show me that? You said there was homosexuals in the leadership of Nile Valley culture? Can you please name a homosexual pharaoh? Don't make history, prove history. Show me a homosexual pharaoh. I just think it's wrong. Listen, I don't support the lifestyle, but if homosexuals want to have a pride parade, ain't nothing I can do about it. It's the United States of America. You understand? I'm not going to come out against it. It's not me. As long as it's not interfering with what I'm trying to do, I'm not going to bother it. I do not go around looking for gay issues to poke at. In fact, the only time I bring this stuff up is when y'all bring it to me. That's the only time I bring it up, when it's brought to me. My agenda is liberating African people through helping our children. The gay agenda is not my priority. But because I am a lover of the ancestors and a lover of our people, and I don't want to see their legacies tarnished when I see gay revisionist history. When I see black gay revisionist history. When I see black homosexual brothers and black lesbian sisters write articles saying that there was gay men in love with each other picking cotton, there was gay women in love, gay black women in love with each other on the plantations. When I hear black gay revisionist history saying that there was homosexuals in Shaka Zulu's kingdom, and there was homosexuals in Mansa Musa's kingdom, and there was homosexuals in the leadership of Nile Valley culture, I gotta speak out against that, because now you infiltrating my legacy. I'm not gonna mess with your legacy, but don't infiltrate mine. I'm not going to accept black gay revisionist history no more than I'm going to accept white racist revisionist history. I said I'm not going to accept black gay revisionist history no more than I'm going to accept white racist revisionist history. Don't insult the ancestors, brothers and sisters. Yes, we've had homosexuals. Yes. A. Philip Randolph. Yes. James Baldwin. Yes. We've had them. Yes. We have. And if y'all feel that y'all need to celebrate their sexuality apart from black pride, do that. Do that. But don't come to the black pride celebration and try to conquer it and take it over and colonize it with issues surrounding sexuality. That's all. I don't hate none of y'all. Y'all family. I love y'all. But we got to draw some lines. This shit getting out of hand.